Hello and welcome to another segment of 2 Minutes with Tim. This week we're going to be challenging you about being set apart for Christ and standing out from the world while suffering through persecution. So I want to start in John chapter 15, starting in verse 18. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belonged to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Remember what I told you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you also. So as we look at this current time in our world, we're seeing a lot of persecution against the church. And we're seeing a lot of people having to choose whether they're going to make a stand for Jesus or blend in with the world. And we're constantly having to decide, are we going to be willing to fight through persecution? And during this time, I think it's important for us to remember that if we're being persecuted, we shouldn't be surprised. We should be being persecuted if we're really living a godly life and a godly lifestyle for Christ Jesus. If we're not living like that, then we're not going to be persecuted by the world. But if we are living like that, we should be expecting persecution. And we should be expecting it because Jesus himself was persecuted for that. And we're supposed to be living a lifestyle like Christ. And if we're doing that, there's going to be opposition. But we have hope because our heavenward perspective, our heavenward thinking, should point us toward heaven and toward Christ, knowing that in the end everything will be made right and that we will get to enjoy an eternity with Christ, while the people of this world do not have that hope. And we should be able to be encouraged and strengthened even while facing persecution and opposition, because we have a hope that is eternal. And we should be able to share that with those around us who do not have that heavenward thinking perspective. So this week I would challenge you to live set apart for Christ and to stand firm even